to Memphis Wrestling episode 141. I am Dustin Starr, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am on vacation right now, and Reese the Beast is taking a nap. My Maria is getting a little bit of rest as I watch Memphis Wrestling and coming to you guys live. Let me show you around real quick while you guys are logging on. We are in Orlando. This isn't even the best pool. I mean, there is one that has water slides and all sorts of stuff. But nevertheless, had to come on here for the live reaction. Another big episode of Memphis Wrestling today, a double main event where we had two championships on the line. And so much happened. Will Big John Dalton join the righteous path? Will he follow like Reverend Ash Taylor says that he will? Jimmy Blaylock standing up out of the wheelchair just like we all knew. He was phony the entire time, and Van Vicious goes down at the hands of the Gun Show. And what in the world is going on with Austin and Nikki Lane along with the Boz and MKZ? It looks like we're headed for a winner takes all match, and I know that King Cobra is going to love to sign that match. But what's up, everybody? Hey, Eric, how are you? What's up, Steve? Arturo, what's going on, everybody? Yes, they caught him red-handed, Jake. Eddie Kane, man, with a big $5 donation. Thank you so much. And I tell you, the people that get those tickets from your donation absolutely love you. And I'm glad that you sent that donation, because it reminds me to tell you that coming soon on Memphis Wrestling right here on this YouTube channel, you will be able to join. There are new memberships with Memphis Wrestling and YouTube. So we will keep the price point extremely low. That way everybody can join in on the fun for the YouTube memberships. But it is coming soon. You will want to subscribe. There's going to be a lot of early perks. We're actually thinking that you guys can watch Memphis Wrestling earlier than everybody else with a YouTube membership. And then also, you can see the Shooting Star. You can hear Terrence Ward telling it like it is, which there's nothing more fun for me than listening to Terrence Ward talk smack. So anyways, Eddie Kane, man, thank you so much for the $5 donation. We really do appreciate it. Aaron, the rebellious Titan, Blaylock can be called Jailbird Jimmy from now on. Yeah, they should throw him right in jail after lying the way that he did. And I'm sure he took up handicap parking spots this entire time that this junk was going on. But I'm glad he stood up. And I'm glad the Gun Show knocked Van Vicious silly. And hopefully we never have to see the Gun Show and Van Vicious wrestle again. Michael Wade, what's up? He said, it's been a while, my friend. Busy helping Ricardo with promoting 3 Legacies. Well, I'm glad that you joined us for the live chat and then also here on the live reaction. I know you're a hard-working man, Michael. Eric says, do you have any interest in joining the new NWA organization that Billy Corgan is trying to build? We have not been approached at all from the NWA. We have booked some of the MWA's talent and that sort of thing. But yeah, there's been no sort of discussion with Memphis Wrestling and the NWA. And I don't know that we need that. I mean, guys, we just added over 27 new television stations this week. We added over 27 new streaming services earlier this week. We are now available on television in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York, Nashville. I mean, the list goes on and on. Go to memphiswrestling.tv to get the full lineup, but you can watch Memphis Wrestling literally all over the country and all over the world now. So maybe the NWA should join Memphis Wrestling. Anyway, Bo, what's up? Did Blaylock get some faith healing from the Reverend? Talk about him. Don't do that to me. Bo, do not do that to me. We don't want to see Reverend Ash Taylor teaming up and joining forces with Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock and the Hollywood Clique. Would that not be the worst thing ever? Ugh. Sorry, I got a little throw up in my mouth there. Just thinking about that, Bo. Thank you for the visual. Jailbird Blaylock, yes. Big shout out to Big Dan and his security team for sending Jimmy Blaylock and all his goons on his way out the door so Gun Show could take care of Van Vicious. Eddie Kane, Maine said, I'm ready for the YouTube membership. Yes, it's coming. They actually just launched it this week. There are going to be so many awesome perks. We're going to have custom Memphis Wrestling emojis that you can post during the chat. only for members. Also, you're going to be able to earn these awesome badges that are going to look like championship belts. And then you'll get early access to Memphis Wrestling every single week, probably on Friday, a full day before it airs on the YouTube channel or across all of our networks on the Saturday. So there's going to be all sorts of perks, including myself, Terrence Ward, and people behind the scenes, just shooting from the hip, to be perfectly honest with you, because there's a lot of stuff going on that you guys aren't privy to, but you would be with the YouTube membership. So Eddie Kane, May, and I look forward to you being the very first one to join. Robert Dinkins, what's going on, man? I'm doing good. I'm on vacation with the family. Reese the Beast is inside taking a nap. BKO Brady, I think he's in there taking a nap too. And of course, myself and my Maria are having a couple of beverages while they're doing that. So it's going to be a really fun weekend. Cosmic Joe, what's going on? Little Aunt LaFleur, how's the weather out there? Billy, did you call me Billy? The weather's perfect here, by the way. We are going to be at the Magic Kingdom all day tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to running into Matt Cardona, because I hear he hangs out there a lot. Maybe we can have a drink together. All right, let me get caught up. Aaron the Rebellious Titan says, would be cool to see Dolph Ziggler in Memphis Wrestling. I totally agree. Keep your eyes peeled, because some of those recently released WWE talents will be headed to Memphis at some point or another. I promise you that. Michael Wade, T. Ward, talking about anything is interesting. He could talk about Walmart, making it. He does. I hear about Walmart, and he does make it interesting. And I'll tell you what, Terrence Ward is such a nice guy that if he is going to burn you, then you really messed up. I'll tell you that. One of the best guys that I know. Eric says the new TV deal for Memphis is amazing. That made my day reading about that. Dude, Eric, thank you so much. I know you make a trip. You and your boy make the trip and come out and see Memphis Wrestling, so we really appreciate that. Stuff like that helps us keep pushing forward. Not only that, not only the national syndication on the new stations with Right Now TV, but we're working on more coverage. By the end of the year, you're going to see Memphis Wrestling on even more television stations, and that's coming up very, very soon. And also, we are working on another deal that could be finalized this week that would bring Memphis Wrestling to the radio on a national level. So stay tuned for that. Terrence Ward helping set that whole thing up, and then also Memphis Wrestling just making some waves. So yeah, I really appreciate that, Eric. Richard Hutchinson says Diana Taylor is amazing. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers, DDT. Little Aunt LaFleur agrees 100%. Saw the list. One in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are all over now. I cannot believe how fortunate that we are for Memphis Wrestling to be growing at such a rapid pace. And if you guys remember, this is only like our third year. You know, we're 141 episodes in, so nearly, 3 years in the making here. And just big shout out to all of our partners. Aaron Roberts is in the house. Ugh. Jake Penn, Big Trouble, Cosmic Joe. Will the Gun Show defend his title next? Who will the Gun Show defend his title against next? Stay tuned. I don't think we're going to have to wait very long to find out. Robert says, Dustin, any chance of Danhausen appearing on Memphis Wrestling? Let me tell you, I have been emailing Danhausen for 3 years trying to get on his schedule. I would imagine at some point he's got to say yes. And if I would have seen Danhausen at AEW Collision at FedEx Forum, I would have hunted him down and put him right there on the spot. So I would say that you would see Danhausen at some point. Just, it's very hard scheduling the guy. Richard Hutchinson says Diana Taylor is amazing. Arturo says everyone's amazing at Memphis Wrestling. I really do appreciate that. Michael Wade, I did hear someone earlier talk about someone returning to Memphis on December 10th. Not going to tell who. Actually, December 10th is shaping up to be awesome. That's going to be our Christmas episode, our New Year episode, and the Grind City Rumble. War Horse is already confirmed for the Grind City Rumble, so you will be able to see War Horse for the first time ever on Memphis Wrestling Television. December 10th, you can get your tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. They are available right now. Reverend Ash Taylor's on my list to knock out. Why? Because he's nothing but a false shepherd. I'm going to tell you right now, Big John Dalton better not join the righteous path. And if he does, I can tell you a whole slew of trainers who are going to be all over his ass for it. Better not join. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin. Thanks for the encouragement on my pursuits in the world of acting. It starts with student films. Any filmmaking industries in Memphis that are fine alternative to Hollywood? Actually, there's the Memphis Indie Film Festival. The local portion there of, I think it's Indie Film Memphis, helped us along the way with Young Rock. And also have sent other people in our direction for music videos and different things like that. So yeah, Memphis is pretty well known for the film festivals and stuff like that, Lurby. But congratulations on all that stuff. If Memphis Wrestling could ever help, let me know. Andrea, what's up? Hi, Dustin. Love you. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea. We love you too. Rob says, great show. I guess Jimmy's lawsuit is dead. Well, you think? I mean, you're suing me and the gun show for unsafe work practices and work conditions, but then you stand up from your wheelchair? I think that thing is absolutely dead. Is Diana Taylor nice backstage? Yes, DDT is an absolute sweetheart about 98% of the time. The only reason I say 98 instead of 100 because you'll have to ask Neil Taylor about the rest of that. But yes, Diana Taylor is awesome. Get the likes up, please. Yes, Eddie Kane, tell him to get those likes up, man. Hit the like button and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. MKZ and the Bonds are a perfect mixed team. I can't wait to see that, guys. All the championships on the line, the internet title on the line, the women's title on the line, the first ever women's champion, Nikki Lane. This is awesome. Winner takes all tag team match. I sure hope that King Cobra signs that match and does it very, very soon. Bo says, any chance of getting Arn Anderson down to the WrestleCenter for a session now that he's gone from AEW? Yeah, I don't see why not. I'd love to have Arn Anderson down. Ben says the winner-take-all match between MK Boz and the Lane is a great way to settle things between them. I think what it was putting it all on the line so that way we could get a clear-cut winner. If the women's championship's on the line, and obviously Nikki Lane has her eye on it, then maybe we will finally get the finish that we truly deserve. Sorry if it's a little loud, guys. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff going on behind me here. Winner takes all. Can't wait to see it. Arturo, we're having a blast. Lurvy says, about time Jimmy was penalized for interference and faking a permanent injury. He's not crippled like Tiny Tim in Charles Dickinson's Christmas classic. Rob says, Boz and MKZ versus the Backlund should be a 1 hour. The Backlunds. He's talking about the Lane Dynasty. Gun Show should defend it against Mike Anthony. Well, here's the deal, guys. Mike Anthony is the #1 contender for the Memphis Heritage Championship, but I do hear that word through the grapevine is King Cobra is none too pleased with how Mike Anthony won that, and I guarantee you that K Toomer is not going to settle for it. By the way, everybody, do not feed the squirrels, okay? Just warning you, don't feed the squirrels. Talking about the future of Memphis wrestling, better learn to respect it, says Aaron Roberts. Well, you guys came back like a blazing trail here today on Memphis Wrestling and absolutely annihilated the Top Guns. So I'll tell you, the Roberts family legacy is back and just in time for our Memphis Trios tournament. And what a team. You talking about 4 guys, well over 300 pounds, that could absolutely kick your ass. I'm going to give you that, Aaron Roberts, but you got to get the job done. Arturo says he's happy for Memphis Wrestling. Me too. I think Flex's ex tried to run him over. Rob, I'm not sure about Flex's ex, so I can't speak on that, but hopefully it wasn't an ex-girlfriend. Old School Dave said, never thought I'd see the day that Dustin had bad hair day. Hope it gets better. Who says I had a bad hair day? I've just been in the pool all day, guys. Also haven't shaved either. How about that? You guys are seeing me in the rare. Bo says, can we talk about Robert's family legacy? Absolutely cleaning house. Yeah, they dominated today. Wasn't even close. Andrea says, hi, Dustin. I'm super excited to see 2 former Impact Wrestling World Champions, Josh Alexander and Eric Young, appear in Memphis Wrestling. How about you? I am fired up. And another thing that I'm fired up about is that immediately following that television taping on Sunday, November 19th, the longest reigning Impact Wrestling World Champion, Josh Alexander, is going to conduct a pro wrestling tryout and seminar right there at the WrestleCenter. This dude is as legit as it gets. You can register. There are very limited spaces available at WrestleCenter901.com. So check that out, and any aspiring wrestlers that are within a 6-hour radius of Memphis, Tennessee, I would highly recommend signing up for that seminar because you are going to learn so much from Josh Alexander. And of course, Eric Young as well. He's going to be there. former Impact and TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, right down the street in Nashville, Tennessee. I've known Eric Young for 20 plus years, and glad that he's finally going to make his way to Memphis Wrestling for us. I am fired up, Andrea. Ash video package was excellent, really, really good. Eric, man, that is Terrence Ward, killing it. As much as we hate Reverend Ash Taylor, that was a really good promo package there and highlight package. Of course, I'd love to see the gun show lay hands on Jimmy. That was the only thing missing, right, Rob? Oh, a gun show lariat on Jimmy Blaylock would have been sweet. Arturo says, Walt Disney World is so much fun. Dustin, you and the family are going to have a good time. We are going tomorrow, and I can't wait. Patrick says, good job on booking Warhorse. I love Warhorse, and I think it's going to be a great surprise for the Grind City Rumble. Did Young Rock get canceled? Yes, Cosmic Joe, Young Rock did get canceled. I believe it has to be a wrestler who had a rivalry too cool to on Memphis Wrestling in 2000s. It could be anybody. Lurvy, it could literally be anybody. We've seen some of these classic guys, and when I say classic, I mean from the 2000s, that's kind of classic, but if it was from the 90s or something like that, it would be even crazier. But yeah, who could it be? Who attempted to run over Flex with a freaking truck? Stay tuned, because now, well, let me back up. Next week, it's a final battle. It's Tim Grind one-on-one with Simon, because Mr. Chris is gone. He was set on fire accidentally. And what about Lance? Where is Lance? But Flex said today it's the final battle next week on Memphis Wrestling. Simon versus Tim Grind, and I'll tell you right here, right now, it is a last man standing match. That is next week's main event. Who done it? Hopefully we're gonna find out. Robert says, Aaron Roberts, aren't you late for the buffet? Ooh, that's a tough one there. Should have shown Jimmy was faking being in a wheelchair. He tried to walk in, build. Yeah, what a jerk. I saw some videos online about Jimmy Blaylock being at Bill Dundee's birthday party. What a jerk he is. Aaron Roberts says, you can call us fat all you want. We still beat your heroes. And I think he's right. If there's anybody that I wouldn't want to run into in a dark alley or anywhere one-on-one, it would be the problem child, Aaron Roberts. I mean, I put him up there with a guy like Kay Toomer that's just so freaking good and talented, but also has a nasty attitude. I'll tell you that right now. Patrick says, maybe you could book Brock Anderson. Yeah, I'm sure that would put some butts in the seats. I'm just kidding, Patrick. I love Brock Anderson. Rob says, Disney World, the hardest workout I've ever got. Trying to get all the rides in. Well, we will see. Reese the Beast is only about 3 years old. And I say about because he turns 3 next week. So we'll see what he's able to ride. Dustin should be named best sharp dressed man in Memphis Wrestling. Thank you, Arturo. I appreciate it. Sporting Memphis Wrestling here today as well. All the way out in Orlando. In other words, do not feed Ernie. Mike Anthony vs. Gun Show at the Grind City Rumble is what sold me on Memphis Wrestling. I showed up to see Thunder Rosa at the Grind City Rumble, but Gun Show, Mike, and Toomer hooked me. Eric, I really appreciate that, man. Sometimes the feature attractions are what bring you in, and then what keeps you there is the reoccurring characters that are so dang good. And I take my hat off, but my hair's messed up. I would take my hat off to all the talent of Memphis Wrestling, because we would be nothing without them. DDT should get revenge on STD next. I think that we have not seen the last of that. Lurvy says, Memphis Wrestling sure has a lot of heel families. Crowley's, Roberts, Lanes, Skimmerhorns, O'Neill's. Are the Andersons next? I would love to see it. But yeah, I guess you're right. We do have some families. And I think that's kind of cool because, you know, you had Bill Dundee and Jamie Dundee. You had Jerry the King Lawler with Brian Christopher. Also, Kevin Lawler wrestled as well. There's been a lot of families in the history of Memphis Wrestling, so I'm glad that we could keep that tradition alive. Aaron the Rebellious Titan says Matt Cardona would be a cool guest as well. He's another guy that I've reached out to. I literally gave him every date that I had, and he was booked on every single one of them, and he loved it. He literally laughed. He told me, you're not going to like the price. I told him to shut up and just give it to me. We're kind of at that point, like, bro, we want to book you, man. WWE WrestleMania in Philadelphia on April 6th and 7th, 2024. I'm sure that we'll have a watch party at Dave & Buster's for that, just like we have on November 18th. You can watch AEW Full Gear absolutely free with us at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. And then you'll be able to watch WWE Survivor Series absolutely free. That's coming up on the 25th of November. And will CM Punk be there? We'll see. Rob says the Roberts family clean Clean the ring the same way they clean their plates. Coley says, what happened to Friday Night SmackDown? Not sure what you mean by that. It was on. It's okay, Dustin. It's fun in Orlando, Florida. Home of Universal Studios, Florida, Walt Disney World, and SeaWorld. We actually almost went to SeaWorld earlier today. How do you feel about Impact changing to TNA? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know that I fully understand it, but also I don't know that I have to fully understand it. I think it should be very cool being back. I actually did some work for TNA when they were known as TNA. PG Company. I think kid tried to run over Flex. I think the kid tried to run over Flex. Repayment for the butt whooping. So you think it was Lance, huh? Tim's son? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the way that Lance acted about them trying to hurt Flex and run over Flex makes me feel like that it wasn't him, but I mean, I guess it could be all a setup or whatever. Andrew says, hi, Dust, I'm so happy to see Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock finally getting what he deserved. How about you? I've been waiting on it a long time, Andrea. And finally, he was busted line. TNA Wrestling returning in 2024. Last man standing. Yes, next week, Simon versus Tim. Let's get Eric Rogers unfiltered, uncensored. Thoughts on YouTube membership perk. We could totally do that because on the membership, we can do anything. Let me just ask you guys, who's interested in a YouTube membership? And I know it would depend on the price point, but I'm thinking the price point is $5 or less. Very, very low price point so everybody can get in on the fun. Hey, Ronald, how are you? Andrea says, I'd love to see Tim Bosby and Mackenzie Morgan with gold each and destroy Austin and Nikki Lane. How about you? I think we might have a chance to see that coming up on Memphis Wrestling with all the championships on the line. Winner takes all. It's on the desk of King Cobra at this point, and we'll see what happens. He told me to shut my mouth, so I sent a figure 4 leg lock gift to him. Okay. Toomer versus Trader Aaron would be epic. I totally agree. Don't feed the squirrels, little greedy rodents. Let me get caught up. I think I'm way behind. Big shout out to my main man, K. Toomer. Haven't seen Warhorse since early AEW. All the way Ray and the Boss could headline AEW. What about that? Very nice feature on All the Way Ray. Been battling a couple of nagging injuries, but he's okay. Trust me, he's still been training and working really hard here at Memphis Wrestling and at the WrestleCenter. So we'll see his return to the ring very, very soon. But what a rookie year these guys have had. And Jake, I agree, it couldn't be Lance. Rob, I miss AEW Dark and Elevation. I saw a lot of Memphis talent on there. Well, you'll just have to see them on the main programming then, just like Nick's on Ring of Honor a couple of weeks ago. AEW Dark eventually became Ring of Honor. There you go. Eric says, I currently subscribe to Thunder Rosa YouTube for $3 a month. I've been more than happy for a $3 or a $5 for Memphis. Well, thank you for that feedback, Eric, because I've got a lot of people that telling me that it should be $10 or $15, and I totally disagree because I'm a wrestling fan. And I had 3 sisters growing up, and my parents could not afford something like that. Even if, if it was $10 a month, they just wouldn't be able to afford it. And I want everybody to be able to see the ins and outs of Memphis Wrestling. And again, that would be custom emojis, custom badges. There would be segments that you wouldn't see anywhere else with myself, Terrence Ward, Aaron Roberts potentially, kind of telling it like it is and giving you the inside scoop, just like you would get on the Peacock WWE network or really anywhere else for that matter. So we'll see. I like that. I like where your head is, Eric, so I really appreciate that. Robert's Family Legacy, you're next on my hit list, says Arturo. Hi, Dustin. Did Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee held the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Championships? Yes, they did. They were one of the most popular tag teams and also one of the biggest feuds in history. Hi, Dustin. It couldn't be Lance. It has to be someone who doesn't like Flex. I agree. Did you see the shout-out Memphis Wrestling got from Ian Rakapon? No, I did not, but I did hear about it. I think you guys told me about it last week. Eric says I subscribed to Memphis Wrestling Plus already for the media scrum footage. Well, we appreciate that, Eric. I would imagine that somehow those two would roll in together and it would be one membership instead of having 2 separate memberships. Eddie Kane, man, says $5 sounds great to me also for the membership. I appreciate that, Eddie Kane, man. I know who our first 2 members are going to be, and I'm working on that because we're having to customize all those emojicons and all those badges. It is so much fun working on stuff that I hope that you guys are really going to like. Cosmic Joe says, any chance Mark Briscoe could show up in the Grind City Rumble? I don't have a contact on Mark Briscoe, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen. Excited for Grind City, can't wait for the surprise entrance. Me too, Rob. Lurvy says, when will Cruel get a shot at the Memphis Heritage Championship? Van blew his championship. Time for someone else, Mr. Michaels' size, to challenge him. Man, Cruel was absolutely dominant in the Monster Brawl Battle Royal. I agree with you. I think that would be one hell of a matchup. Rob says Memphis Wrestling, $5 would be the cheapest habit that I have. Rob, I love it. That is so funny. Patrick says, do you have Honor Club? No, I do not. Ben says, I'm all for the membership. Thank you so much, Ben. I look forward to seeing you on the 19th, too. Hi, Dustin. Gun show's awesome. Did you like seeing him destroy Van Vicious? Oh, yeah. I love nothing more to seeing that. Swole needs to challenge. Yeah, Swole, man. Swole is on fire at this point. We'll see what's coming up next for him. Van Vicious should have known. Real men don't wear pink wrestling trunks. We have, unless your name is Brett the Hitman Hart. We have current members of Contra, Cruel and Brooklyn. Oh, Brooklyn making her return to Memphis Wrestling alongside Cruel was absolutely awesome. Okay, guys, well, that's all the time that I have for right now. I appreciate you joining me here on the live reaction and, of course, the live chat. We have a lot of really, really good stuff coming up for you guys in the near future. Next week, the main event, Last Man Standing, the final battle. Simon of the Posse going one-on-one with Tim Grind. It's retribution time for Too Cool 2. And also, who done it? When are we going to find out who tried to run over Flex with that truck? Stay tuned. I have a feeling we're getting really, really close to it. Lurvy, I appreciate you. Patrick, he says he'll send me the link. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dustin. Clap, 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 clap. See, I knew what you did there, Eric. Thank you, man. Willie, I appreciate you. Jake. Final fight. I dubbed this the final fight. Yes, Ronald, we'll see you later. Eddie K, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the donation. See you later, Andrea, Steve, Lurvy. Oh, yeah. I am Dustin Starr, and until next time, so long, everybody. Ben says so long from Camp McCain, Grenada. Well, thank you so much, brother. Have fun in Orlando. See you next week. I got to go take the family back into this pool. Maybe I'll get in that jacuzzi, that hot tub right there, huh? All right, guys, I will see you later. Oh, yeah.